They're emotional vampires. They suck any positive energy out of the room. Welcome to Fishing Without Bait, a lifetime without definitive expectations, where we help people explode into their lives through full impact mindfulness. We're looking for people who want to create themselves rather than find themselves. And what we do is we ask people, what do you want about your life? What do you want to do? What if there were some wishes that you made for yourself? What would they be? And the only entrance requirement is the honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness to try. And if you have a few pixie dust sprinkles of those, my friends, you're on your way. Put your paddles in the water and let the adventure begin. My name's Jim Ellermeyer. I'm a behavioral health therapist. And today, I'm fortunately joined by my good friend, co-host, and producer of this program, Mr. Mike.
Good to be back again. Another great discussion.
Yes. Well, occasionally what we like to do is focus on one particular aspect where we think that people can incorporate it in their lives that may be helpful, maybe smooth over the potholes and the speed bumps in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a few of them are things that people can control. Okay. Now, this is maybe a common sense matter, but very few people use it. Avoid comparing. When we compare, what do? What happens when we compare ourselves with other people?
We usually see ourselves as lesser than the one we're comparing. The grass is always greener, if you will.
Yes, and this brings up the definition, because words mean something.
Right.
Between jealousy and envy. Jealousy means that something is going to be taken away from you. It means that maybe somebody is paying more attention to your partner than you feel comfortable with, and you're jealous that that person may take that partner's attention away from you. But how envy is being envious of something that somebody else has, and you want that. Why don't I have something like that? Envious of someone who has the newest cell phone, envious of someone who has the latest haircut or the designer jeans or the fancy car. So we want to avoid comparing. And how do we avoid comparing? By stepping back and looking at and be mindful of the words we say. So the second thing of the 3 C's, as I call them, is criticizing.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when we criticize, Mike?
We're really cutting it down, right?
Yes, we're pointing out the defects in others, okay? Because we can't find anything good, so what we do is we criticize. And when we criticize something, we're trying to make light of it. Actually, what we're trying to do is look for the light in the misfortune of others. Oh, well, you won a lottery, look how much taxes you're going to have to pay. And critical people rarely are happy in their own lives.
Yeah, you don't really meet too many happy critics journalist critics, right?
Yes. When it's people feel that it's their job to point out the flaws in other people's life's work. Okay, so what we want to do is avoid criticizing. Avoid it. And when we are criticizing, we have to ask ourselves, why am I saying this? What good is it doing it? We're trying to prove someone else wrong and prove ourselves right.
We're trying to take the power from them and put it in ourselves.
That's correct. We want to take the power away from people. We just can't seem to stand when somebody does good in their life, unless they're a really close family member or somebody that we're not envious of, and we can sincerely congratulate them on their good success. So the last C is complaining. Tell me about complaining, Mike.
Oh, I feel like when I find myself with somebody who's complaining a lot, it feels like it takes, again, it's something else that takes energy, right? And putting energy in something that's not solving a problem. And I feel like we talked about to a certain respect lately.
Yes, we've talked about that. And People who criticize, complain, and
Mhm.
compare, they're emotional vampires.
Mhm.
They suck any positive energy out of the room. What we Are those the type of people that we want to invite to our child's birthday party?
No. Nope.
So when it's pointed out to somebody that they're being highly critical of someone, what's the general response from that person?
I think usually they'll get a little defensive, right?
Well, they get defensive and then they say, "Why, you can't handle the truth?"
Yeah, I can't handle the truth, and it's one thing handling the truth, but it's also being kind of slapped in the face with it all the time. The negative side of the truth, I guess, right?
Yes. So what we do is we talk to people about there is a sunny side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
Which side do you choose to walk down on? And then we, the people who get offended at the complaining, the criticizing, and the comparing, they're considered, and I love this term, I don't know who dreamed it up, it's snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
So give me your definition of snowflake. Flake.
Easily melt under pressure, I think is the one way you can go about it, right?
Yes, they can't stand criticism, they can't stand correction, they can't stand people pointing another possible alternative to
Mm-hmm.
them
Mm-hmm.
because they can't stand to being wrong.
Yep.
And it's amazing that the people who accuse other people of being snowflakes are people who cannot take any type of criticism at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. So now those are the three big C's. And I always go back to this point. John Wooden, I think perhaps the listeners of the show heard me talk about him before. I think he won 10 or 11 straight NCAA basketball championships at UCLA. He was the one who brought up, uh, well, Lou Alcindor, who changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the famous skyhook.
Mm-hmm.
And he had three rules for his athletes. Never criticize your teammates. Always practice hard and no profanity.
Mm-hmm.
And those were non negotiable rules. Either you wanted to be on the team or you did not.
He wanted to build the environment he wanted to see, right, and be a part of that, and something that he felt was constructive.
He wanted to develop a culture. Mm-hmm. He wanted to develop a movement. He wanted people with integrity and honesty and character
Mm-hmm.
on his team. A lot of times I'll hear, and I'm going to say this because it really doesn't matter to me because it's such a small matter to me, is that Bill Clinton,
Mm-hmm.
okay, most everyone out there knows which side of the political fence I'm on, but I found his lack of integrity, his lack of honesty, and his lack of character was so appalling
Yes.
that I voted for Ross Perot in the Democrat primary that year. And also, when he ran for office, a lot of people accused me of being single minded, having blinders on. I voted for George H. Bush
Mm-hmm.
rather than vote for Bill Clinton. So, if you do what you say and you say what you do, then that's a good thing. And understanding that most things in life are very small matters. And I'm asking for people to give me a reason that we want to hang around people who constantly complain or criticize or compare. Plant flowers and pull weeds. We only have a certain amount of time on this earth, and we deal with what's right in front of us. Life is composed of moments, not years or weeks or months or days. And it's up to you to choose, those powerful words, how to live these moments well. I remember, for those of you who, I'm not much of a movie buff, but one of the movies that I particularly enjoyed was The 13th Warrior with Antonio Banderas. And when they went into the final battle with the Eaters of the Dead, that's what the book was, title was that the movie was based on. Antonio Banderas was a Muslim, and they showed him, he took his shoes off and he knelt down in the rain and the mud, and he said, "Father, I have squandered my days with the plans of many things which never came to fruition. The only thing I ask is to let me live these next few moments well." And I think that would be one of the most sincere wishes that a person could have for themselves every day. Let me live these moments well. And that's my thought for everyone out there. I hope you live these next few moments well. So, I know you're waiting for this free prescription. Fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Unplug your television. And for a truly mindful experience, we suggest that you fish without bait. And fishing without bait is a lifetime without definitive expectations. Do a kindness for yourself and do a kindness for another. Forgive yourself and forgive another. If we're all not the Creator's children, then none of us are. Till all are free, none are free. Namaste.
Please check out our website at fishingwithoutbait.com, where you can listen to the show, comment on our discussions, and find out where you can subscribe to our podcast.
If you're interested in flying the colors of Fishing Without Bait, click the shop icon on our website. We have clothing, mugs, cell phone cases, and so much more. Show the world that you fish without bait. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.